All right, Shalom. I want to begin this lesson by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Wahar, Rachah, Kodash, which in the ancient Hebrew tongue would be the correct names of the Heavenly Father, His beloved Son, and the Holy Spirit. Also, would like to give double honors to my teachers, the head apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much due honors and respect to the sincere brethren out that is laboring in His work. And as always, shalom to the believers, the brothers, along with a few sisters out there that subscribe to this truth as well. So yeah, I just wanted to go into a quick lesson concerning, retribution, restoration, and pretty much reparations of the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American, which can never be restored, man. All right? The ill dealings and the treacherously acts and atrocities toward the children of Israel, because that's who you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans are. Well, that can never be restored. You can never make that right, when you understand the history, of that dynamic between the so-called white man and Israel. All right, you Edomites, you read Hebrew Edomites. When you go into the history, you actually had these devils to use so-called Negroes as exhibitions in zoos, man. Okay? You can actually go into that history. And in particular, they have like a little girl, as an exhibition in the zoo. They'll go around and feed the little girl as if she was an animal. All right? You had gator bait, which you can go and research that. You actually had postcards commemorating gator bait, where they'll take little ones, toddlers, even infants, and they'll put them in a chicken coop at times. They'll tie a rope to their neck and they'll throw them out to the gators, and the alligators will devour the baby. And the Edomites would sit back and they'll clap and they'll laugh, and they approached it as sport, all right? Not to mention, the castrations and, the raping of our women. You'll be betrothed, a woman will be engaged to you to be married, and the slave owner will come and snatch her up and have sex with her, man, all right? They hung you so-called Negroes and the women, all right? I mean, the list goes on and on of the wicked acts that the so-called white man committed against us, man. And it don't just stop with the so-called Negro. When you go into the so-called natives, the northern tribes, the so-called Latin tribes, the North American, the Seminole Indians. Well, those are Israelites as well. And it don't take an in-depth breakdown or any extensive research to come to that conclusion. We all have one common enemy, man. Now you might say, well, the so-called white man, they bomb these different countries and they hit them up for their resources or whatever. But the overkill, for lack of better words, just getting off on torturing Israel, man. That's in the so-called natives' history as well. They'll hack off the nose of the natives, their arms. 13-year-old little boys and girls, they'll send them out to dig for gold. And if they didn't reach that quota, they'll hack off their arms, man, and their lips. They did that to, the Asherites. All these different northern tribes. And does that sound familiar? Of course. Okay, when the so-called Negro then pick enough cotton or then meet the quota, they'll whip them, And that was just the least of what they'll do, man. All right? So the so-called white man can never restore us for all the things that they did to us as a nation, man. There's only one way you're gonna pay. There's only one way to recompense for what you did to us, all right? And that's pretty much by you offering yourself. That's why when you read Revelation, the 13th chapter and the 10th verse, it tells you, he that leadeth in the captivity shall go in the captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the faith and patience of the saints. And who are the saints? The Israelites. All right? Now, in this lesson right here, I want to play a video, a snippet of a video clip that really shows you how these so-called white people really feel about reparations, man. They don't really want to pay you anyway, man. All right? Now, you have some of these, some of these politicians, they throw it out there as if they entertain a thought. Like this one chick, I think her name Marianne Williamson. She's running for president, and that's a part of her campaign, paying off the so-called Negroes for what happened in slavery. And you do have a bunch of simple jakes out there. They'll welcome that, man. They get a little installments here and there, yearly checks, because Jake is simple. Jake just want to buy him a new whip, some jewelry, and go make it rain in the club, man. All right? Get on Instagram and flash these FRNs. That show you what our people been reduced to, man. How far our people have fallen as a nation. The Most High pretty much took that royal ruling class mentality from our people. But now we're in a time where the Lord is raising us up once more. All right? Starting with the elect, okay, the prophets, along with the 1/3, and the believers. All right? So before I play this video clip, let me get a quick precept in the book of Isaiah, the 60th chapter, in the 14th verse. It says, the sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee. Yeah, so the sons of those who afflicted us is going to come bending to us, meaning you're going to offer yourself as reparations, man. And who are the ones that afflicted us? All these different nations, but mainly our arch enemy, the so-called white man. All right? Again, Isaiah 60 and 14, the sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet. See? And they shall call thee the city of the Lord, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel. Yeah, because right now these devils, they don't want to acknowledge us as being the Israelites, the holy ones of the Most High. They gave you these bywords. And that shows you that the depth of the hatred, that the so-called white man, Esau, have for the nation of Israel, to the point where they don't even want to acknowledge us as being the children of the Most High. But the scriptures say they're going to come bowing down themselves to us. So that's going to be the real restitution right there, all right? Along with everything that you own, everything that you have been hoarding up, starting with these wicked elites, all the gold, the resources and the minerals throughout the planet Earth you seized, you've been hoarding up for yourself. Guess what? Not only are you going to be our possession, but everything that you have stolen, all right, that's going to become ours as well. All right? So with that, let's get this video. Let's play a little of this.
Said they opposed it. 5 years from now, we'll be tearing down statues for taking that position, but that's where we are today. Author and columnist Mark Stein has been following this and joins us tonight. Seems like things are moving kind of fast, Mark.
Yeah, and this is so-called Jew right here, man. It's the devil, all right? He's going to give you his take on what he feel about so-called black reparations, all right?
Yeah, they are. And this is disturbing if reparations is becoming a mainstream position. It's particularly absurd, I think, for...
Yeah, the devil, he come right out swinging. He said, look, this would be disturbing even to entertain the thought of reparations, man. All right? So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to fast forward because I just want to get the point. Go off about right here.
Grandparent who was a slave. And in that sense, I think you reach a point from the same point. Slavery was abolished a century and a half ago. Nobody alive today has a grandparent who was a slave. And in that sense, I think you reach a point where, you need to move on. I mean, reparations...
That's the mentality of this devil. Pretty much he's telling you to get over it, all right? And just like the elder Yashawamba, he did the video. Now, why won't you tell these so-called Jews, these fake gutter rats, to get over the Holocaust, man, which the Holocaust was staged. It wasn't real, you know. It was pretty much this guy, Adolf Hitler, who was a so-called Jew himself. You know, that was all staged, man, by the elites, you know, as a feeble attempt to try to line themselves up with the Israelites, you know. But you heard it out of this double mouth. Let's play it one more time.
Eventually, you know, you need to move on. I mean, the reparations thing, eventually, as the decades go by, becomes...
Yeah, you see? This devil said you need to move on. Let's show you the hatred that these devils have for us, man. All right? He said move on. And trust me, he know the history. He know everything that his forefathers did. Well, guess what? He made the statement that no, not even the grandparents of those slaves is alive. Well, guess what? They are alive, because it's a such thing as reincarnation. And that's what a lot of you people don't understand. See, that's the justice of Yahweh Shema Shah. Those same devils that put hell on us, they're reincarnated. And guess what? This devil right here, both of these devils, is those same devils that was putting hell on us. All right? So with that, let's get right here in the book of Job, the 20th chapter, and the 18th verse. It says, that which he labored for shall he restore, okay? Because everything these devils have labored for, really when you sum it up, to summarize it, is the planet Earth. These devils labored, should I say, to seize control of the planet Earth, all right? It says, that which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down according to his substances, shall the restitution be. See? And he shall not rejoice therein. So what's the restitution going to be? Is it going to be you giving us a check every year? Of course not, man. According to your substance, shall the restitution be. So not only are you going to become our property, pretty much, everything that you have stored up is going to become ours, man. All right? Now, real quick, look up this word, restitution. It says that which is exchanged, okay? Exchange, substitute. Yeah, so the power, pretty much what you have, is going to be given to us. And what you think we're going to do with that power? We're going to bash your head in, man, with that rod of iron. And hey, that's the gospel. When you go into the word gospel, it means what? The good news. The good news for who? The so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American. Those who have been oppressed under the foot of their enemies, all right? It says that which is exchange, substitute, recompense. That word recompense means payback. So this is what we're going to receive, man. All right? We don't want some damn check issued out annually, you know, broken up into you know, bits and pieces. You know, you get a couple of thousand this year, a couple of thousand. Man, look, man, what the Lord promised us, you can't rival that with some damn money, man. We're going to get you. All right? This is Numbers 35 and 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. See? By the blood of him that shed it. So the so-called white man has to give us that restitution, that reparation in blood. All right? Again, Revelation 13 and 10. He that leadeth in the captivity shall go in the captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. All right? And who are the saints? The so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American. All right? So with that, shalom.